To whitewash a wood cabinet, first try to determine what kind of wood you're dealing with. If it's a hard, porous wood, like oak or ash, you'll need to use a special pickling finish. Otherwise, you can simply use a regular oil or water-based whitewash. Before you start applying your whitewash, remove the cabinet doors and set aside the screws in a labeled container. Next, strip off any pre-existing finish using a paint stripper and steel wool. Once the finish has dissolved, wipe the wood down with a clean rag. Throw away the steel wool and rag in a sealable metal bucket to prevent any fire hazards. Next, use a power sander or a piece of 120 grit sandpaper to sand down the wood, always moving in the direction of the wood grain. If the cabinets are made of a soft wood such as pine, apply a wood conditioner and let it sit for 30 minutes. Then lightly sand the cabinets a second time to smooth the wood down and help it absorb the stain better. Once you've chosen an appropriate whitewash stain, test it on a piece of scrap wood of the same type as your cabinet to make sure it looks the way you want it to. Let it set for 2 to 3 minutes so you'll know how it appears as it dries. Once you're satisfied with the stain, apply it to your cabinet with a clean rag, using long and smooth strokes, and move it with the direction of the wood grain. However, if you're using a pickling stain, move against the grain instead. Use a clean, dry rag to wipe away any excess whitewash so it doesn't pool or run. Let the cabinets dry completely when you're done. This should take 1 to 2 days. Then use a brush to apply a clear protective top coat, such as lacquer, acrylic, or tung oil, over the stain using continuous overlapping strokes. Let the top coat set for about 4 hours. Then lightly sand the cabinet again with 120 grit sandpaper before adding a second coat. Once the second layer of top coat is dry, you're ready to reinstall your whitewashed cabinets.